Hello everyone. Today we will be solving the paper May 2024, Unit 1. This section will cover Section A for MCQs. I have done it previously, but I will be explaining how everything came out. How many atoms there are in 10 gram of methane? So the answer is C, 1.88, and let's see how it came. So the mass of methane over here is 10 gram. So first we need to find the mass of, like the moles of methane. So for moles, we need to do 10 divided by molar mass of methane. And molar mass of methane is 12 plus 4, which gives us 0.625. Now, this is the moles of methane. We need to find the moles of the atoms because they are asking for atoms. Now, in methane, how many atoms do we have? We have 5 atoms. So the moles of atoms are going to be 0.625 times 5. That gives us 6.125. Now, if I want to find the actual number of atoms, we need to multiply this number with the Avogadro's constant, which is 6.02 times 10 to the power 23. This gives us 1.88 into 10 to the power 24. So the answer is 1.88 into 10 to the power 24. Next, what is the maximum volume of butane that can be completely burned in 69 cm cube of oxygen? Okay, so the ratio of butane to oxygen is 6.5. So to find the moles or the volume of butane, we are going to disregard the moles to find the moles because we will be dividing with the molar constant, which is 24,000. So directly we can do it by dividing the ratio with the volume. How? Since the ratio is 1 is to 6.25, and then your volume of C4H10 will be 39 over 6.5, which gives us, oops, my bad. Let's delete this. 39 divided by 6.5 is equal to 6. So the answer is 6 cm cube. Next, this question is about limonene. This is the structure of limonene, as you can see. What is the molecular formula of limonene? First, we need to count the number of hydrogens, right? So there are 10 carbons over here. Now, how did I count the number of hydrogens? You see, to count the number of hydrogens, this is what you need to think. If the skeletal formula starts like this, and then there are like double bonds, then there's a single bond like this. In every junction, you think how many bonds are coming out, and you subtract that number and then put that number. So if I have one bond coming from here, so we subtract 1 from 4. That gives us 3 over here. There are 3 lines over here. So 4 minus 3 is 1. Similarly, 1 and 3 here. Why is that? Because carbon can form 4 covalent bonds. So the other ones are for the hydrogen, and hydrogen is invincible. So if we apply that over here, we see there is going to be 3 over here, 2, 2, 1, and so on and so forth. If we count all the numbers, we get C10, 8, 16. Now, limonene is completely hydrogenated by hydrogen in the presence of nickel catalyst. What is the empirical formula of the product? Now, for the empirical formula, what did I do? First, the formula was C10H4, and then we completely hydrogenated it. If we do that, then the double bonds go out. There are 2 double bonds. So for 2 double bonds, 2 molecules of hydrogen will be added. In 2 molecules of hydrogen, we have 4 hydrogens. So if we add 4 hydrogens to this answer, we get C10H20. And now the empirical formula will be CH2. So the answer is D, CH2. Next, what is the best definition of a hydrocarbon? It's a pretty simple answer, a compound containing carbon and hydrogen atoms only. This question is about the production of ethanol by fermentation of glucose or by hydration of ethylene. What is the percentage economy by mass of production of by fermentation? So the formula of atom economy atom economy is mass of useful product over total mass. Total mass of product times 100. So if we do that, what is the mass of ethanol? Mass of ethanol is actually 46. And how many moles of ethanol was formed? We see that there are 2 moles of ethanol formed. So 2 times 46 is my useful product. And we also have another product forming, which is carbon dioxide. And carbon dioxide is actually 44. And how many? 2 carbon dioxide. So 2 times 44 along with 2 times 46. This is the total mass of the product, right? Times 100. If we do that, we get 51.1%. So the answer is 51.1%. Now, what is the percentage atom economy of mass for the production of hydration? Now, hydration, this reaction itself is an addition reaction. For addition reaction, always the atom economy is going to be 100%. So the answer is 100%, no calculation required. What is the electronic configuration of an atom of calcium? We know the calcium has 20 electrons. So the first 18 is exactly the same for argon. So that's why we condensed it to write down like this, argon. And then we have 2 and it goes to 4s2. So the electronic configuration is Ar4s2. What is the electronic configuration of Cr3 plus? So previously, chromium has 24 electrons. If it has 24 electrons, it loses 3 electrons, it becomes 21, right? Now, this is the actual electronic configuration of argon, like chromium. So if that's the case, first, the electron is going to go from the 4s, so 4s becomes 0, and then the 2 electrons are lost from 3d, so it becomes 3d3. So the electronic configuration then changes as Ar 3d3. The answer is B. Next, this question is about the bond angle. What is the expected bond angle in a boron trichloride molecule, BCl3? As you have seen, we have drawn the boron trichloride molecule over here. And this angle is 120 degrees because boron is a planar molecule. Why is it planar? Because it has 0 lone pair. This is L by the way. 0 lone pair and 3 bonded pair. And to accommodate these electrons, the angle is 120 degrees. What is the expected angle for an ammonium ion? Ammonium ion has a tetrahedral structure, right? Because the formula is NH4 plus. Then again, over here, there are 0 lone pairs and 4 bonded pairs. If this is the condition, then the angle becomes 109.5 degrees. What is the expected bond angle for oxygen difluoride molecule, OF2? Here, what we did is we first had to find the bonding pair and the lone pair. We see that there are 2 lone pairs and 2 bonding pairs. If that is the case, then what happens is these lone pairs squeezes these angles to be really, really low. And it decreases to 104.5 degrees. So the answer is B, 104.5 degrees. Next. Which is the strongest oxidizing agent in this displacement reaction? Now remember, oxidizing agent are substances. Oxidizing agent gains electron. They gains electron more effectively. So over here, chlorine has the least shells for which it can gain electron very easily. So that's why the answer is chlorine. Next, to compare polar and non-polar liquids, a stream of liquid from a burette is and a positively charged plastic rod can be used. Which row of the table shows the correct direction of deflection? Okay. Now, since this is a polar liquid, that means it will be attracted towards this positively charged. So it will move towards the positively charged, and non-polar liquids will not have any deflection. So answer is towards the rod and no deflection. Answer is C. Which equation represents the second ionization energy of magnesium? Always remember that electron will be removed from only the gaseous atoms. So over here, there are three options that starts with the gaseous, but we're talking about gas, second electron. So the most appropriate answer is B. Since we are removing the second electron, that means it has already removed one electron. So this is Mg plus gas, then Mg2 plus E minus. This question is about the isoelectronic ions N3 minus, O2 minus, F minus, Na plus, Mg2 plus, and Al3 plus. Which ions shown in order of decreasing ionic radius? So decreasing ionic radius means that the ionic radius is going to decrease, right? So why is this the option? Because as we go from Na, as we move from Na to Mg to Al, the shell number remains the same, but their proton number increases, right? So since they have higher proton number, the proton numbers actually squeezes the electronic shells much more closer. So that's why the the ionic radius is in the form of Na plus greater than Mg2 plus, then Al3 plus. Which ions are shown in order of increasing ionic radius? So for increasing ionic radiuses, what needs to happen is the opposite of this, right? So from F minus, O2 minus, and N3 minus, their proton number is actually decreasing as we are moving from here to here. So that's why the answer is F minus, O2 minus, and N3 minus. Which pair of compounds will not react to form a precipitate? Only C is the correct answer, because if you see here, AgCl is going to be formed, which is a precipitate. Calcium hydroxide and carbon dioxide is going to form CaCO3, which is the test for calcium carbon dioxide. So this will also form a precipitate. And here we will get a lead iodide, PbI2, which is also a precipitate. The only answer is C. What is observed when iron to carbonate reacts with ethanoic acid? So you see, this is acid reacting with a carbonate. When a carbonate reacts with acid, we get effervescence because carbon dioxide is being produced. If we draw write out the the ionic equation, the simple ionic equation, it will be CO32 minus plus H plus, giving you CO2 plus H2O. We need to balance this, right? So carbon dioxide is being produced, so that's why what happened, it is going to give us the effervescence. Now, since this is an iron 2, the organic salt that is going to be formed is going to be of iron 2, and iron 2 is green in color, so that's why we will see a green solution as well as effervescence. So the option is C. Which is the simplest ionic equation for an alkali reacting with an acid? Any alkali that you take is going to give us OH minus ions, and any acid that you give is going to give us H plus. Now, H plus and OH minus is going to react to give us H2O liquid. So the answer is C. Now, A could be one of the answers, but you see there are some multiples of 2 is given over here. We don't give multiples in ionic equation for the simplest ionic equation, so that's why the answer is going to be C. Now, for this part, I only covered the MCQs. The section B is going to be covered in another video, so that the content is very short. Thank you for watching. We will see it in the next video for the section B, which is this one.